Yates, we need to make this happen. I need it to happen just one time.
What's up?
I know that there's profanity when you drop bars, and I hear you randomly do it. I know in that big elephant brain of yours, there is a clean version. Can you please just give our audience a little snippet?
The only thing I ever do is quote my brother's, my
I know
late
you
great
do. I know
brother's
you do.
lyrics.
But can you just give a little snippet of it?
He looked at me like, should I do it?
Can you give a little snippet of it? I know you take the profanity out. Just let the people know what time it is.
Crime Casanova got an autograph, wanted poster, toasting my shoulder, hosting my style is close to Casa Nostra. Just like Ray Liotta, the mercenary soldier, pulling molars, taking domes clean off their shoulders. Order war. Oh, no, that's a slow beat.
That's a slow beat. See? Yeah, but no.
Yeah, do a slow beat. Go ahead. Some get ghosted with bullets and mercury overdoses. Some get roasted with plastic explosive. Some become ashes in the dustbin. Some get done, blood be gushing in the Hudson.
What? Just play that joint out. I can't even drop the mic because the mic is hooked up to the floor.
We at Club Max, baby.
Max.
That's my late great brother
Max.
Sam. Those lyrics are 25 years old.
Max,
that's
I
the
have a
only thing I
headache.
do.
I'm so hyped right now.
Only thing I do since then is quote him.
Oh my. Yo, your brother lyrically a genius, dog.
My
We
brother
talked about
burned
that
down
lyrically.
MCs on every block
A
in New York.
genius,
And
man.
by the way,
That's what we
you
need
could go
more
talk to
nowadays.
someone
Man,
like
we
Fab
need-
Five Freddy would tell you that from back in
Yo,
the day.
man, we
Yeah.
need that.
We
Like,
need
I miss
lyricists.
that. I miss, like, going to clubs and just hearing two dudes freestyle and battle it out. Like, I miss those days, man.
That's why I used to love what was the show? The Basement.
Yeah.
The guys used to go in the booth.
Just go in the booth,
I think Tigger just started it back. I think
Really?
he just started it back up. Yeah.
find out Tig running
Yeah,
the back, man.
You know Tigger in the A now.
Hey, really?
Yeah, A-Town,
See,
baby.
thank
So-
you, Max, for blessing us.
So, no, thank my brother. James Harden declines his $47 million player option, guys. $47 million player option. Signs a new 2-year deal that guarantees him 33 for next season. Okay. Now, Jay, I'm very cynical about the way people put spin on stuff. Number one, because it's a PR move. You want people to think well of you a lot of the time. And so you frame things in a way that puts you in a positive light. But number two, also because you want to think well of yourself. People have egos, and people go into ego protection. So when I first heard Harden talk about, I'm going to take less, I'm thinking, James, the market is what it is. And now you got to frame it this way, not only to put a positive spin on it, you know, for your brand, but also for yourself, right? Like you're taking the high road. It's not just you ain't that good anymore. But so I'm cynical when I read this. And yet he did decline of $47 million. You know, and he does get
$14 million pay cut. And he has a player option for next year.
And yet, right? So the numbers, but but the reason I say I'm cynical, Jay, is I'm always like, but wait a minute, 2-year deal that guarantees him 33 next year. What's he getting the year after that? And does he have something worked out? You know, I don't know.
35.6 next year with the player option. He can negotiate a new contract.
So
But
that's
essentially,
so he gets
you ready?
more
Essentially,
money.
It's a 1-year deal essentially. It's like an all in. Like, hey, okay,
'cause
cool.
he got opt out.
Like, look,
But it's his option.
It's his option. That's what I'm saying.
So Jay, so the reason I'm being cynical is because he can say, and maybe it does dovetail, and it's doing two things at once. It does help them sign guys and everything, House and PJ and PJ Tucker, but really what it also does is get him an extra 20-something million and another year. And maybe the way he's feeling now, he's like, I don't know if I'm going to get that in 2 years.
Or Max,
he can ball out.
it could be a situation where it's okay, cool. Like this, is how everybody feels. Let's get all the pieces. Let's build depth on their bench. Let me get my ass in shape. And when I come back and I destroy the league again with Joel Embiid, I want a supermax.
See, that's what
I
I
want a
think it
supermax.
is. I think it's that he looks at this, okay, I have a year to get right. We have a better roster. We got more guys to our bench. We're going to be deeper. We have opportunity to go to a championship. We have an offseason together. I can ball out, opt out. I want more money. That's what I think it is.
Yeah, I think so too. But it does do. But the way he spun it was like, I'm so willing to take less. But come on, man. Almost no one's ever. Even when Tom Brady kicked the can down the road, so he's always constantly getting a little influx of cash. But to be fair, Brady doing that allowed the Patriots to be great for a long, long time.
What if Russell Westbrook would have opted out and taken less money? Would you look at that differently?
If he did what Harden did, in other words,
Yes.
like actually he takes a little more money, but he extends, but it's less money this year.
Yes.
I don't know if that helps the Lakers because they're all capped out. he would have to take a whole bunch less.
Okay.
And I don't think Westbrook probably at this moment, I don't know, he's a very confident guy, but I imagine he thinks, I might not get, like Harden thinks, come on, the bottom line is Harden can shoot and Westbrook can't. That age is better.
Harden is betting on himself right here. He's betting on himself, which I got all the respect. What we talked about is 2.5 years ago, this dude was in Houston. He came into training camp, was literally out of shape, was pictures of him being posted at different hip-hop clubs with rappers hanging out, not giving a damn, to going to Brooklyn, to seeing what Brooklyn was about, and then finding out that's not the way I want to do it, to getting his way out of Brooklyn, and now he's with Daryl Morey, who he trusts. To me, this is a bigger sign about star players being with management in which they trust and believe in to help them win a world championship. Like Daryl Morey's the only guy that potentially would have had James Harden do this, that could get him to do something like this. It's a bigger statement.
And what did he turn down in Houston? What did they offer him? Was it $50 million?
It was $50 million a year.
Oh my goodness! In a state that's tax free too.
And Brooklyn, he turned down the extension in Brooklyn too. He's turned down both extensions 2 years.
To get with somebody he's comfortable with.
Yes.
Ooh.
So, I mean, you tell me what else you need him to do. And he's saying all the right things, but now we're still cynical. Okay, I get it.
Well, cynical only because people a lot of times frame things as though they're not self-interested, and they're almost always actually self-interested.
But you can be both.
I agree. I agree. I think that's the way, a muscular move, you do more than one thing with each move, right? Like you're a chess player, Jay.
Mm-hmm.
The move doesn't just defend, it attacks, and it does a whole bunch of things at once. And he did put himself in a position and put the team in a position where when you add, like, House is an underrated player to me. No one ever talks about anything, but he's talented. And Tucker, obviously,
and
everyone
by the
knows.
way, they can still potentially add a piece. Don't think that Eric Gordon being out there in Houston, Daryl Morey going to try to save him.
Who's familiar with Eric Gordon. And
he's going to try
Harden
to save him. And that
PJ
plays
Tucker.
well off Joel Embiid. You ain't doubling off that. Danny Green
Maxey.
is older. I'm telling you. It plays. There's still moves to be made now by Daryl Morey. He's not done.
I love the DeAnthony Melton move.
That's a great move.
Because that's instant offense coming off the bench.
Hey, what's up with Thibault? Did they move him? No, they hung on to Thibault. Yeah, because he needs to develop a little. He needs to shoot it a little better.
It's not that he has to shoot it better. You have to score at least 8 points. You can give me 8 from just layups or 10 from layups. Like, he has to be like, you can't be starting
the reason I say shoot
and having 0 and 2 points a game.
The reason I say shoot is because he is I could, in 10 years from now, 20, 30 years from now, if someone says best defenders, I'd be like, yo, that kid Thibault was ridiculous, right? He's a ridiculous defender. If he could just shoot, he becomes so valuable.
Just feel like right now, Boston, probably the favorite in the East, adding Malcolm Brogdon.
Brogdon's
Philly
a huge
right there.
pickup.
What?
Miami right there.
Boston the favorite over Milwaukee?
I was going to say Boston. I was going to name the teams who are right there.
Oh, okay.
I would probably give us, well, considering they went to the World Championship, even though I think with Chris Middleton, they would have won.
They'd have won, yeah.
But still, I'm giving them a slight edge to what they
won? Huh? You thought the Celtics would have won?
No, I thought Milwaukee would have won.
Hey, Jay, here's the question. With Middleton, would they have beaten the Warriors?
It would have been close.
It would have been.
It would have been really close.
It would have been. By the way, Steph Curry should send a thank you note to Chris Middleton.
Grant Williams did say something in the pod the other day that he feels like the Warriors weren't the better team. They were the more disciplined team. I kind of disagree with that, but the discipline of Milwaukee is better than the discipline of the Boston Celtics because of their youth.
Yep. Keyshawn J. Willimax is presented by Progressive Insurance. 49ers give Garoppolo's agent, Jimmy G's agent, permission to seek a trade. Which team should make the biggest push to land him? Jay has this from Cheerios.
If you're someone who skips breakfast, you're really missing out. And no, downing a cup of coffee as you're running out the door doesn't